you'll lose more and more distance when you keep entertaining, I imagine. Yeah. And then you realize you were never where you thought you were to have that assessment. You're at that moment. You are the moment. Yeah. Nothing is conceived or there's no inception without you. Yeah. So you will see the thought because you are the seeing of the thought. You're seeing it now, but you forgot because the process produces a forgetfulness really fast, and now you're remembering it's you that didn't see the thought. Seriously, honey, I've seen it. That's what happens. Time is an incredible possibility here. Yeah, it's an incredible possibility. The sense of being a self arises really quickly in time. The only way you can ever really, if you're thinking you're of time, you'll never get to the point of conscious contact. But the only thing that's there is timelessness. And I would say you're more of that than you are of time. Yeah? That's how you see the thought come up. Not in time. You'd never be able to backtrack to get there from where you think you are. So it would take too long. You know? It's too late. Really. When it dawns that you were the one that missed the thought, it's too late to ever find the thought then. Yeah? Because a process has proceeded, which is the selfing, and now it wants to run before it. But it's only produced by the process. It's not so. So it can't leave. It can't be before the process. So at the moment of life, the process called Paul or Donna will never get there. You'll never be able to arrive back there from where you are. Because you're distant in time, in a sense. You're a process of time. This idea of being Paul. You weren't in it for the first maybe 18 months as a baby, but you seem to be in it now. But that same awareness that was present in the baby at that moment is still available now to us, yeah, as it always was with the baby. The baby didn't have a sense of self, so it seemed to be right on the pulse of life. A sense of self has been produced, and we've been separated from that pulse of life, seemingly, not so, but seemingly, and therefore we'll never be able to catch up. Like basically, we're in a story. Yeah. Like really, right now, when the remembrance of what just happened occurs, it's happening in another moment. Yeah. And then there'll be a next moment where Paul appears that will recognize the previous moment. But Paul never recognizes it in the moment because Paul is a product from that conscious contact. It happens after that. So Paul shows up the next moment. And then it has a life based on the last moment, yeah? So it's living an interpretation. And it's never going to be able to get off that horse and run before it starts. You're an idea. You're an afterthought, yeah? The sense of Dana is an afterthought. It's never going to be the before truth. It's an afterthought, yeah? It's assuming it's before as the truth, but that's just an assumption. Crazy as it really is. Yeah? What you are is the seeing of it. And you've never missed a fucking thought. Awareness doesn't blink, you know. Conscious contact can be interrupted, but awareness isn't. Yeah? Awareness is of its own nature, aware. It's not based on circumstances and situations. It's not affected by circumstances and situation because it's not a thing. Yeah, it's got its own nature, not of this place. And then, of course, if it's in that realm, it's true to its own nature, which is it's aware. It's aware, yeah, awareness. So, yeah. I know everyone wants to get there. I don't know. People, that's why we get stuck. That's one of the most things I've learned about doing the talks. I learned the common, like what I see as the common little hiccups, where the mind the thing about it's, you haven't had an event, therefore your exam, that's a big one. The idea of wanting to be there to get it is a really big one. Yeah, so there's a sense of Paul, and they want to have this absence of Paul, but as of the sense of Paul, which that not going to happen. I'm telling you, sorry, there's no exceptions. No exceptions. There's no special gift that you're going to be there to get it. It doesn't happen, I don't believe that way. Yeah? So these common things, just like the idea of you recognize the selfing, but you think it's happening to you, you're doing it, that's not recognizing the selfing. I mean, you've recognized the sword, but it's already stabbed you. It's a little too late. It would have been best to recognize the sword before it stuck it into you. Yeah, it's actually, it could be a disservice because, oh, that sword, oh, it'd be best if you could have prevented something. Yeah, that's a big one, yeah. Because it's hard to shake the sense of self as the reference point. It's been used to be the reference point, the body position, for a long freaking time. The mind's got a lot of investment in it, the conditional mind, yeah? Yes. Yet there are powers greater than that mind that are available. I like to use the term grace. And I don't believe grace is an individual gift. I think it's available. And if how could something happen that you could never have imagined by your hand? I don't know, I mean, I entertained it, and I found something pushed me over the edge. But I felt it had a lot of importance about hearing these ideas. That's why we do this. And I found repetitions pretty helpful. Put yourself into this space, and you'll be reminded. Not reminded, it's because it's not something that's gone, so you'll be, let's say, tickled. And then, yeah. And then one day you'll realize that you're always tickled. Yeah. And then you may really enjoy going to get tickled, or you may enjoy not going to get tickled, because you'll always be tickled. Yeah. Maybe you'll be used to tickle others. You could find yourself a seat assignment. It could be like this, it could be just sharing with the other people, it doesn't matter. This isn't all that it's cracked up to be, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? You have like a 12-day event, and you have no clue what's going to happen every fucking time. It's pretty cool. I mean, in a way, if you can put up with that. You have your whole life is based on uncertainty, your sort of quote-unquote career. It'd be easy if I could come in here and play a tune. But this tune, you don't have set chords. You just have the bass line. It's like constant jazz every time. Sometimes you feel like I'm jazzed out. Yet that's all that can happen. You can't. I don't have a 12-step procedure. I don't have like an ever-increasing ascent to the plateau of peace, I don't have anything like that. There's nothing to stand on. I can't promote the next step. I can't say, oh, delay this. You'll get the secret handshake in February. Come back to February, we're going to have a special meeting in a special place. It's going to cost you very specially, and you'll get the handshake. We don't have any secret handshakes. Yeah? I can't really, it's not a dissertation, because that to me is a disservice. I don't like going on and on, because I think it's very simple, it's a message, and it needs to be entertained. It doesn't, the hearing is just a segue to the entertaining. The entertaining is the dominant event, not the message. This is just the insertion into the mail slot. What happens behind the mail slot is the message, yeah? And that's entertaining, the ideas. And see if they're given life by the mind. Or if you'll see an aspect of conditional mind trying to neuter them and freeze them and make them dogmatic and fundamental and dry, or there'll be an enlivening of those ideas, and they'll actualize an effect in your life today. Yeah. It's pretty direct and simple. The entertaining is the retreat. And it's going to be wherever you go today, after this is over. You'll be on that retreat. Your mind's going to entertain a lot of things. Let's see if it falls upon this every once in a while. And see what happens when it falls upon these ideas. It may open up. Yeah, it may open up. Yeah. Instead of trying to find its reflection in the concepts, it may open up to the message. Yeah? Instead of seeing it as a mirror to all of this and of this, maybe you'll realize it's deeper than that and open up and then engulf the idea, and the idea will stimulate it getting larger, which is its own size. Yeah? And you'll feel expansive, and you'll sense a presence, and you'll feel lighter. And these are like the trickle-down effects coming into the formatted programming. You get a certain clue. There's been a huge avalanche happen, and then you feel a little lighter. But your mind has had a seismic shift. Yeah. It may feel like it's a little crack for you, but if you could gauge where you were and where you are now, the lightness of your background has grown considerably. Yeah.